That. All right,
Yeah,
guys,
you
welcome,
would.
welcome. We were spitballing a conversation line we're going to have with you in a minute. So thank you for being a little patient with us. Z was on a heater, on a practice heater, so y'all strap in. The water hose is coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, Q&A, please, in the question and answers. Put your chats. If you got a chat, it's open, ready to roll. So welcome to y'all are here, and we'll answer your questions at the end. Z, brother. Dutch, unless you got something for everybody, I'll transfer it over. You guys take it away.
Let's go. Welcome, guys. It's the 12th of August, weekly call. Glad you're back. It's Monday. We just saw you last Wednesday. Quickly through the disclaimer, remember, we're not a registered investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All carnivore trading portfolios are hypothetical. Nothing on this call should be construed as individual investment advice, and you should always do your own research. Did you know that Mr. Joaquin Phoenix, to get ready to play the role of the Joker, decided he would try day trading for a week? I thought that was kind of interesting for someone to get into the mindset of playing someone insane. They become a day trader for a week. So here we go, guys. Here's our updated asset class sheet for the year. We're almost in the green across the board. All we've got to do is get long duration bonds to clip up another percent or two, and we're going to be actually in the green on the bond market. Boy, that's something that's interesting here. We're kind of coming out of the depths of the longest bear market in history in bonds. We got Bitcoin leading the charge, followed by gold, believe it or not. We kind of have been somewhat bullish on gold. Anybody that's been in the academy told you 2,500. Now we're going to take that to 3,000 target. Growth stocks, large cap, NASDAQ coming in right at 10%. So much improved performance from interest rate sensitive assets finally coming to life. And you see that here on the lower end of the spectrum. All right, so you just lived through like the third worst spike in the VIX since like the 90s. Here's your chart. We got up to 80 in the global financial crisis. We got up to 82 during the lockdowns of COVID. We shot up to 65. Here we are right here. And we've collapsed subsequent to that. That's a good thing. This is the second largest percentage increase in the VIX in history. One day, that was last Monday. And I'd shared these forward returns for the market after these spikes in the VIX. Okay, this is the S&P forward returns. This is 4-day percentage declines in the VIX. We're right here in terms of being number one. So this is the largest 4-day decline in the VIX. It happened after Monday. Historically, returns pretty good when you get out a year or more. It's more of a coin toss in the short term, though. Okay. And that's your takeaway, meaning we may have some uncertainty here to unfold, particularly with politics and the election. Okay. We sent this chart out last Friday with the wrap. I think we've got the top of the range here at around 555. We've got the bottom of the range we set on Monday. We've rallied up. Dutch and I think we're probably going to hit some resistance at some point this week. Maybe already have. We've got this area, though, that may hold with the 200-day. This is a weekly chart of the S&P. You can see the RSI kind of touched previous oversold extremes. Maybe we get this range set up now, and we've got to jostle around here, guys, for a while. Maybe we get a retest coming up if we hit resistance at the 50-day. A lot of stocks at their 50-day right now. The Russell's at its 50-day. It looks like it's failing. So Vector National still thinks the 200-day is going to hold. So we got this oval down here where the 200-day is sliding underneath. Even if we retest, probably likely that we hold that bottom that was set. But the chances are you're stuck here, guys, from 565 to 510 until the election. 50-day will probably be resistance. So just keep that in mind. Pretty typical drawdown that we just lived through outside of the size of the spike in the VIX. And your oversold extreme in the Qs got to the 200-day. So you need to see the Qs hold that 200-day. It's the weak link. That's what you're going to want to watch. You're also going to want to see if the Russell 2000 can either get above the 50 or if it stays wedged in here between. Look at the amount of time the Russell has spent right here around 200, guys, basically all year. Okay. Started the year at 200. That's where we're at right now. That's a lot of nothing, and it's been a lot of nothing for 4 years. We could be pinned here for a while. We've been pinned here for a while. So this week, we'll be watching out for the July Producer Price Index. That'll be tomorrow, followed by the more important CPI on Wednesday. If those numbers don't cool a little bit, it'll be negative for the market for sure, because the market's really wanting the Fed to cut here, and they don't want any uncertainty about it based on inflation. So we've shown you this TLT chart's turning up nicely. That looks like it's the trade, the easy trade. Fed's going to cut hopefully here in September. Market's pricing it in, guys. They've even got 50 cut in. That's not going to happen. But 25, hopefully we'll get the CPI to follow this trueflation data, which has been heading down to sub 1.4. Okay, so the inflation stuff is heading in the right direction. Here are your inflation trends worldwide. We've shown you this throughout this sort of inflation scare for the last 2 or 3 years. But more importantly, here's our chart, guys, with the global central bank cuts. They're coming. Here was another cut in Peru. So this was all red just a few months ago. It's turning green. We've got global central bank cuts coming across the board. The global central bank liquidity index is turning up. M2 is turning up. And the Fed's about to cut. Why? Why? Because the banks are in dire condition. Okay, they're carrying huge losses on their investments, the real estate portfolios. Payrolls are bogus. Manufacturing's in the tank. Consumer confidence is going south. People are cutting the prices of their houses they're trying to sell. Credit card delinquencies are bouncing big. Okay, the consumer is tapped. We've got revolving credit declining. Largest drop since 2021. Month over month, it contracted for the 3rd month in a row. Okay. So people aren't taking on any more leverage. They can't. Okay. And you've got delinquencies in commercial mortgage-backed securities, CMBS. I've been talking about this to you guys for months. It's the highest. It's been 8.1% in July, highest in 11 years. Okay. Office CMBS loans, the delinquencies have quadrupled in the last year and a half. This is faster pace than the 2008 financial crisis. Okay, so this is pardon my French, the shit is hitting the fan in office real estate. Okay, it's taken this much time, but there's going to be some banks. There's going to be some banks that have some problems, and you can see what this looks like on a chart. This is delinquency rates of office CMBS loans. Okay. So it's happening. Fed's got to cut to counteract this. What happens when they cut? Well, if they'll do it soon and avoid a recession, then the market will go higher. If they wait too late and don't cut fast enough, then no good. That's what history tells you. Okay. So we're watching. All right. What do we watch? Well, Google searches for crashes in the S&P hit a record high. That's good. We had names like Lilly come back with a vengeance off the 200-day. That's good. We had things like in semiconductors where if you get fewer than 10% above their 50-day moving averages, they almost always seem to bottom. It happened again so far. So we got some good readings on some good stocks, some good things. That's good. We had new names like Palantir break out to new highs. And then, you had names out there that are just outperforming the market. Here's a whole list of them. I'm not going to go through all of them. Many of these some of these are IBD names like Kava. Some of these are long-term picks like Now and ISRG and ANET. But some of these are names that are software like MNDY that's come back vigorously after it had sold off hard. We got some housing names that are holding up pretty well, believe it or not. We got some insurance names like Aflac and Progressive. So the rally's broadening out. We got TradeWeb, a bond trading house. So these are names that are outperforming the market. That's all we're trying to highlight there. But they are out there. These are the type of names that are back above their 50-day. Okay. So what are the systems saying? Well, on the sector front, it's a lot of the same from last week that we told you. Not a lot to talk about. Oil and gas, royalty trust, steel, long-term care facilities, non-alcoholic beverages, infrastructure, telecom, mining. So some of that mining showing up here in names like AEM and AGI, but not a lot to talk about exciting wise from the sector play. Over in VectorVest sector world, we got banks popping up, insurance, that's at Progressive and Aflac. Dutch is playing an NU, of course, which is in this financial space. So we're also in the healthcare space with one of our current sector plays. So we're trying to pick off some of these finance, healthcare sectors that are outside of technology. You still don't have much breadth here, guys. Notice no green here in the color guard. Decliners outpacing advancers. That's because the Russell's so weak. The top stocks on the list are they're okay today. You've got some green, but not just kind of a ho-hum sort of situation there. When you look at market surge, we've got 10 stocks moving towards pivot, equal number of stocks up and down volume. Exposure is still really low though in IBD world. So we're not that far off from that in terms of keeping a pretty light book. Over in trade triangles, kind of soft, guys. Gold's leading the way with 100. We got names like Johnson & Johnson throwing daily buy signals. So a lot of conservative names, Coke, ExxonMobil. Lilly came back strong. And we do have some daily buys on the indexes like the S&P. Obviously, those are coming off the bottom. So the next step would be for the weeklies to turn back up. So we're watching that system. But you can see a lot of weak names in tech, a lot of leadership names like Microsoft, Amazon. So we'll need to see tech turn around before you're going to probably get that. So not a lot to report in the systems that, quite frankly, is all that encouraging. On an individual stock basis, on a day like today, the IBD 50 list, you do get some names popping up. Fortinet's on that outperforming list. But here again, this is, you got half the list in positive, half the list in negative, a couple of standouts, and then a lot of ho-hum. So nothing from a system perspective is screaming buy, buy, buy. In fact, it's just kind of confirming this idea that we've entered some type of consolidation. Dutch, I've got up-to-date positions here on the swing trading portfolio. I know we've done a little bit of in and out on SMR and added a couple of names here, including NU. We got earnings coming up on that. Vanna Health. Talk to me, buddy. What are you seeing here?
Yeah, so NU's tomorrow night. And stocks acting right.
Pretty good looking chart, man.
Real good looking chart. And I just think it's going to boil down to customer count and acquisition and growth. And
big company, guys. This is it's a big company, $50-60 billion company. This is not like a little thing.
But the real deal is that Zach's pointed out in the research is they're trading way low compared to their group. So you're getting a growth company that's cheap.
So
yeah.
Dutch, the thing that I like here too, buddy, is if you throw it in the system, man, the computer is, it's got 99 composite.
No, computer loves it.
92 relative strength. It's turned up. Look at your weekly. Your weekly target in here is 1523, guys. So we're at 1248 now. I got excited when this one came. And if you look, Dutch, we kind of just took out, this March 22 initial rollout price.
Right.
So that's an interesting guy. And hey, the foreign banks 37 out of 197. So pretty strong sector in general. Talk to me about
So I think
Rock-
RKT,
Yep.
we bought about 75 cents higher. I think it bottomed out at 17.50. We did warn everybody that we were probably picking it a little high, and that was true. It's come back down and I think it bottomed out around 17.50. It's
You got it right here.
It's probably going to take some more confidence that the rates are going to be dropped. And when that happens, I think it's $21 before we know it. So
that's it, buddy. And if you look at this on the 10-minute, this 1750 has been the mark for quite a few days since
Mhm.
the 2nd of August. So probably just putting in a lot of work. You know, guys, it ran from 15 up to 17 real quick. That was the breakout. You can see the consolidation that the system had flagged, but this is a nice moving average turn up. Okay, $15 is now a lot of support. So I think you got a lot of support. This was a 97 rating, and this is a pure sort of mortgage refi play. They dominate the market. They've invested in the AI to dominate. They've taken share during the downturn. And when rates drop 200 basis points from here, you're going to see a flurry of refi activity, and you're also going to see some existing home sale activity move. And that's all going to be a boom here. I think at worst, Dutch, you probably got a lot of support at 17 and 16 and a half. Hope it doesn't go there, but that's
well,
an interesting
this is one of those deals that I think that with some confidence, as long as you get any really wacky, weird surprises, which is always out there, but as long as we don't, this is one of those stocks you can gather up and just gather up and gather up. It's basically telling you, go ahead and buy me. Just buy me. Just come on. Just gather it up, collect it, build it, whatever. And
I agree, Dutch. I love the work that we put in down here and all the support you should have at 12 and 14.
right.
And guys, this is not a small thing either. This is $35 billion. Came out at a really bad time. And I think you're going to see this become kind of the dominant player in the mortgage sort of business, in the refi space. And I think Dutch is right. This is something you could probably just gobble up. It's an institutional quality name for sure.
So
94 composite.
So I like NU and RKT. Now TXG we're on, that's 10x Genomics. Peeled back a little bit here. It's I'm not really worried about it. It's not getting close to our our stop or anything. SMR peeled back, dropped below 9. That was your entry, and now it's at 918. It's crawling out. What we did is this morning it was like 970 and change, and we took some off this, so you'll see some realized gains. But then we went back in hard, so we actually have more than we started the day with. And so we're just playing it because we know the stock pretty well and we feel pretty good about it. Now, I think their earnings are out of the way or coming up in November. So,
Dutch,
yeah,
you got to like that on the daily here. This MACD that's developing.
Yeah, it's pretty monstrous, man.
Yeah, if we can get this to thrust up one more time and through 10, we should get a nice crossover, guys. And then
I've been basically saying the stock's going to 12. It's kind of one of those things where I just feel like, hey, stock's going to 12, man.
And guys, the way this thing trades, I mean, you just have to go back and look. Even when it was trading well from 379 to 16, this type of activity that you're seeing on a daily basis could be mind-numbingly like, what is happening? Yet
right.
You had this huge upward trend from $2 to 16. So just know it's not. I mean, this is not a perfect trader. $800 million, little thing. So treat it with gloves. It'll probably go to 12 before we all blink. Okay, Dutchman, what else we got left in there? You got the
we got AVAH does. They actually provide medical services delivery to the home. we've got folks here at the company that utilize that company actually every day. I remember when they went public, and they're out of Atlanta, so we all kind of know them. But you know, this company is for real, and they're a cheap stock at $4.50. They do what they do every day. It seems like it peels back, shakes everybody out, and then it crawls out. And it's one of those that was 350 that just jumped to 450. And it's one of those that's 450 that's going to jump to 550 or 650. So I'm not really worried about it. It's about 11% off of its 52-week high. It's got a decent run going on here. And so I'm not concerned about any of the positions that we've got, and we're really large. We're all the way extended out on margin 100%. There's nothing else really that I would want to be banging into right now. We were looking at some stocks. DY we were looking at, which is getting close to 52-week high. That's been one that we've talked about a lot. MMYT is also another one that's showing a lot of relative strength. We like LOAR in the defense space. That one has been it's a difficult trader, but it just keeps moving up. So those are the ones
good aerospace name, guys. This was if any of you guys were on the win back campaign, this is one we gave to you that has been a pretty good performer.
Yeah, and what was the other one that we did 2 weeks ago?
TradeWeb was the other one we did on the win back campaign.
TW, yeah, show that one.
That was the bond trading platform, which by the way, that one's still performing well. Hey, wasn't
it about 104 or something like that when we talked about it?
I think it was right down here at the cup, probably. Okay. Yeah, so right 104, 105, something like that. Yeah, they maybe caught 10 points on it. Hey, the thing I'd mentioned to you about AVAH guys is like a lot of charts, poor IPO around 2021, you get this massive sell off. And then now what I like here is this turn in earnings where 33, 40, 150, nice earnings acceleration. Stock is responding, 99 relative strength, 92 composite rating, small company. But I think all of these names Dutch has, shown you today, or we talked about, by the way, you had a huge volume come in, all scoring pretty well in the system.
Well, I got to tell you, this AVAH it's no joke because, and it may take time, okay? But here's the deal. There are a ton of people that we run into, all of us, every day. If you're out and about and you're talking to people, family members, non-family members, what do you find? You have people out there that are taking care of their parents, okay? You got people that are taking care of children that might have special needs. You've got people all over the place that aren't necessarily obvious to you, but this company serves them. This company brings stuff to the house that they need so that the person is not hospitalized or put in a home, because a lot of people don't want to do that. And a lot of people want to have their mom or their dad or whatever at the house. And it's a pain. It's difficult. It's brutal. So these guys help make that less brutal and less difficult by bringing them the vital stuff that they need on time. So it's a real company, does real stuff, okay, that has a real need out there that's not going away.
Dutch, one of the things that has happened actually in long-term care, even though obviously there's still a huge market for it, after what has happened to prices, a lot of people have now been priced out of long-term care facilities. So they're actually having to stay at home with family members just as a function of economics.
Well, it's also interesting to find out that in certain states, California being one, which as much as I hate, the politics of what's going on in that state, they have done something very interesting. And that is to keep people out of government facilities or whatever. And the government will pay you if you fill out all the forms and go through the interviews, and you are a person who has a parent that's 80 years old or 90 years old or whatever that needs to be taken care of. The state of California will actually pay a lot of money to you to watch your parent and take care of your parent. The parents that have dementia or whatever don't take the right pills at the right time and endanger themselves and all that kind of stuff. I mean, these people need a lot of care and these people need a lot of attention, and they will actually pay you real money, like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month, instead of, because they know that you can't go and have a job and then take 100% of your pay and pay someone else to watch your parents. It just doesn't make sense. So the state will actually, if you get through their program and their gates, so they prevent the fraudsters from coming in there by making it kind of difficult for you to pass. Okay, but once you pass, then every year they just come by the house and they say, all right, we're checking on your mom. Does she still need this level of care? What's her progress? Has she declined? Whatever, blah, blah, boom. And it actually works out pretty good. I know some people that are doing that, and I was shocked to find out that you know, they got paid that kind of money. But then I thought, you know what? They'd be out working at a job making that money anyway. And so they've chosen to actually do this instead. And what it does is take a big burden off the state, because it would have cost the state a hell of a lot.
So the fact that, you know, we're sitting here talking about this is kind of interesting in that, you know, nursing homes shows up in top industries right now and long-term care facilities. So it is, guys, I mean, you know, look, we try to stay on top of whatever's happening in the market. We go through these periods where, you know, sometimes it's long-term care facilities. So that's what we talk about. But, you know, we're open to what the market shows us and tells us, and these are the things that are popping up. These things are exhibiting relative strength. These things are in sectors that are strong. So that's what we're bringing you. And I think it's a great list of stuff. All right. Hey, quickly, Dutch, let's get through the sector. I'm going to quickly comment on the sector portfolio and the buy and hold. Hey, no changes here. Coming back strong. You've got names like ANET back above the 50. HP's come back great. Dell looks like it's bottom. Yep. So just kind of letting that one play out. Look, guys, you got to realize, I think I said on the last call, if you're going to play in the stock market, you probably need to let it have 25% breathing room. I mean, obviously it depends on your risk tolerance. And
I think last week the question was asked, which out of all this would you drive into? I think we said Dell is your blue chip.
Hey, Dell and ANET
worked out. Dell's worked out pretty good in the last week.
And HP, man, has come back very nicely as well. So that all those names bouncing back nicely. On the long-term front, we're adding 4 more names. This is the last names we'll add for the year. So this is it. So that's 25 names. That's max. We don't ever go over that. We got 4% per name. So even if you lost half your damn money on one name, that'd be 2% of your portfolio. That's the kind of thinking. I'm not saying that's your rule. I'm just saying that's your type of thinking you can have when you're playing for the long term. The names we're adding, we're going to put these on the website, be Ferrari, Melli, Meta, and Fortinet. Okay, that's obviously the car company, the Amazon of Brazil. We've got Meta, which you know, and Fortinet, which is a cybersecurity company. So those will be the names that we add. That'll round out the list. No more additional names from there. We'll just cut probably and let those play out. Okay, so
why don't you pick some stocks with higher prices per share?
Hey, that's what that whole Dutch. I moved every damn $1,000 stock I love over there, and then I won't ever talk. I'm like, I'll never send it to Dutch again.
He's like, I can do this over here, and Dutch can just shut up.
And then, hey, but then they 10-for-1 split. And then I start harassing you again, and I start sending you NVIDIA over and over
Fair
and over.
Enough. Fair enough.
Hey, and then MicroStrategy 10-for-1 split. I'm like, all right, we're back in the game now. All right, hey, that's right. All right, guys. Godfather, we got some Q&A. Let's get to it, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, we got a couple coming in. Let's go here. All right. So first one, this is from Stephen W. He said he got stopped out of the sectors and wants to know, obviously we can't give individual advice, but should he get back in? Would you get back in? If so, which stocks? So see how you answer that one.
Yeah, I think we just touched on it a little bit. I think a lot of those names are viable. Obviously, you'd have been probably better off staying in, but hey, look, that's okay. You stopped out. Look, go to the leadership names, go to the quality names, like Dutch just talked about, Dell, ANET, HPQ. I think that would be the place to really look at, because to be honest with you, if you listen to any of the calls, and if you've followed what has happened through the earnings season, the demand for these products is off the charts. I think we've had a fundamental growth scare. I think AI got kicked, to the curb because of the momentum that had built up and the unwinding of that momentum. So you had some sort of exacerbated downside in some of these names. So look, we're still in the sector. And we've kind of held strong on these positions, and we think the leadership quality names are probably names that you can lay into even here. So there's your answer. Let's keep it moving.
You also need to have a good. My wife changed our Fidelity password without telling me, so I wasn't able to panic sell last Monday, and I'll have to send her a thank you card. So, and that's for our long-term portfolio. But let's see. So already loaded up on NVO. Yeah, now this was a favorite for us back in Apex. If you had to choose between TMDX and BHVN, which one stands out to you in your opinion? That's from Dave G.
So look, the TMDX is on the long-term list. It doesn't look, it trades all over the place. It's been really violent here in this, sort of mark here, last 7-8 sessions. I think you got a lot of support here, 128, 134, 136. So it's a series of higher lows, 150s cracked. You had this huge earnings explosion.
He doesn't give short answers.
It's just, look, it's on the list, man. That's it. There's your answer.
Short answer was not requested.
99 composite rating, man.
TMDX has proprietary technology that's changing the freaking world. So
there you go, buddy.
All right, good deal. So that one's done. Let's see. What's your thoughts on Lumen? LUMN. That's from Bradley F.
No, don't know it. Don't care.
So hey, this is Roger's.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's Roger.
No.
Wait a minute, that's Roger. Shut up, Godfather. Hey, I forgot that this was that one you found, Roger. What was this? What was the business that this was in? You found this like a month ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it's
okay.
It's interesting to me because it's you look at the historic chart. It's a sleepy internet connecting company. It's fiber optics. And all of a sudden it has exploded straight up. And the reason is a lot of, and these guys specialize in connecting rural areas. So they've been approached by Microsoft to make their AI connections to their data centers, which are in rural areas. And that's giving them the boost. They got a $9 billion deal, or $5 billion deal with Microsoft and a couple others, but predominantly Microsoft. And then they talk about another $9 billion that they're signing up to. It's really, most of them large companies building out data centers.
Roger, there was the CEO, who was a lady, was on one of the business channels last week and gave a really good interview. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, she did. She did real good job.
So there was an article, I was trying to dig it up. There's an article called "Is Lumen the Next SMCI?" It was in Barron's. I sent it to you, I think, Roger.
Yeah, you did. Yep, that was interesting.
Yeah, so that was in Barron's. You can see. So let's get a visual on this.
Send it to
If
Dutch.
they're-
Send it to Dutch, will you?
If they're truly executing in that space, then that's very interesting. Are they truly rocking and roll? I mean, I'm trying to find like.
Hey, Z, send that article to Dutch, will you?
I will. So here's your monthly breakdown, guys. This thing had gotten all the way down to $1 basically, and you can see how quickly, you've turned this $1 here, and you've gone from $1 to $4. So probably some work to do technically to burn off this run up. But the question then becomes, okay, are these guys, real? Are they going to be in real business? And then how far can this thing go? I wouldn't buy it here.
Yeah,
I would, if you got in at $2, hold and let the story play out. We'll be following it to see if it can, trade around 4 and build a base. And then maybe we can re-enter here. And then we're learning the story. Corning's involved in this too, Roger. So there's definitely a rural fiber deal that involves some major companies that are behind this. I think that's why you've seen this explosion from $1 to $4, and now technically we just need to see it base out. This will be one that we continue to track. Volume came in pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll send that story to anybody that's interested.
$4 billion market cap, and they're doing $12 billion in revenues, and their margins look awful thin. But if you're doing $12 billion in revenue, you can pull some levers and really make some money, I think. I mean, I don't know. It looks like they've missed 3 out of 4 quarters in a row, and it's kind of like the market's trying to figure out, what the hell to do with this.
Yeah,
that's right. It's also, Dutch, it's some kind of story where they're trying to transition, because if you look at what they're, provides local exchange, long distance, broadband services so it's kind of a sleepy telecom that's trying to become something else.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yep. All right. What we got, Godfather? What's next?
Okay. So, Dave also wanted to know, the VKTX. I think that's kind of one that, he was.
Yeah. Hey,
about.
Look, coming alive, had good results from the last, sort of announcement about the development of their pill. I think this was the spike on earnings, trading around 60. That's proven to be resistance. But look, guys, after this spike up, I think you're just in a big consolidation pattern on the weekly. You've had the moving averages move underneath it. 99 relative strength. Story's still intact. This is not going to be one you can trade, though. You're gonna have to be in it when it spikes up, and that's kind of been the story. You can see here, and here. So if it holds 60 and 50 and the technology's real, they'll probably get popped, or it'll crack 100, on its own.
All right. Costco, COST. We talked about this one a few times. This is one of those expensive ones, isn't it?
It is. Look, me and the boys were talking about Costco this weekend. Costco is the best damn retailer in the United States.
I hate that company.
Tell them why. Tell them why.
I know why.
Hey, there's so many reasons why, man.
I mean,
No, tell them why we were talking about.
Oh yeah, you were shopping. Jason was getting like a whole pig at Costco, wasn't he? He was like, "Hey, I didn't know they had whole hogs here."
I didn't either.
Yeah, they sell whole hogs at Costco. At least they do in the
maybe
South.
not where you are down there, Powell.
I
don't need. Yeah, I got plenty of hog farmers down here. I can just go pick them up.
Guys, Costco.
Powell just walks out the back door and trips over.
That's right. No,
Costco is a machine.
I slip in the pig shit. That's what I do.
Look, guys, this is if you want to talk about a company that creates shareholder value, here you go. There's your monthly chart of Costco going back to 1990. Hey, Warren Buffett owned a bunch of this and sold it like a dumbass. So he's not infallible. But look at it on the weekly. You got a target of 1,000, basically 1,100 is your weekly target. You got blue relative strength, blue dot. 92 relative strength. It's in a flat base. Look, guys, we're not going to trade this, but if you're in the business of allocating other people's money, or you got a retirement account, you want to buy some Costco and forget about it.
Is this what you would call widows and orphan stock right here? Is that what you
Hey, widows and orphans money right here, man. This is
there's something else. Trader Z calls them beasts. This is a beast.
You guys, the business model is so incredible.
It's a beast.
And it's funny, even guys like Dutch that go, he's like, man, this place has some really high quality stuff.
That's the problem.
It's just there's value. And people, and they're obsessive about it. People who go, they love it. The employees. Hey, look at the tenure of the people that work there.
That's a good point.
They
By the
stay
way,
there forever.
Hey, by the way, absolutely right. So the manager had to come over and do something with my card or whatever, some kind of bypass or something. And I looked at his badge, 1990.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I mean, and hey, Dutch, what's crazy is that guy is the millionaire next door.
No, that dude, that's funny because when I saw the badge and it said 1990, the girl that was doing the stuff on the cash register had been there a couple of years, and I said, he's rich, don't you?
Hey man, he's like, man, I got some shares down here at $6.
Yeah, right.
When I started working at Costco, right?
She's like, yeah, we know.
The only place you could walk into for water and come out with water, a steak, a trampoline, a new phone service, and gold. They sell gold, y'all. You can get
I don't want to know what
gold.
you do with a trampoline, man.
Well, I bought one. We lived in a condo and they got me to buy one.
Dutch, you've been away from the South too long, buddy. A trampoline is like official lawn furniture of the South.
We turned our pool into a trampoline.
I've seen that.
I mean, like every house I ever lived in as a kid had a trampoline.
You got to have a trampoline, and then you got to leave the Christmas lights up.
Yeah, they asked
year round.
Yeah,
so guys,
get rid of it.
Hey, Godfather, you are making a good point about the gold bars at Costco.
Right. Best price.
Very popular,
Mhm.
Flying off the shelves, so to speak. Guys, here's your gold chart. You're right at all-time highs here, guys, and you're coming out of a flat base. Here again, probably not something we're going to trade, but if you're out there allocating capital, that name is running. Hey, Trader Z's long-term gold picks for some of these academy guys. I know AGI, if you look, 52-week high. That one pays a dividend. Located all in North America, and AEM I think is a strong one in that space. Roaring up. Tough to trade. We might hit nugget every once in a while, but just know that gold's, I mean, it's acting pretty well. You can get gold bars at Costco.
Yeah, Bradley, I got your email. We'll make sure we save you a spot till next week. Don't worry about it. So.
Gold, Barrick's looking good too.
Hey, Barrick is, and quite frankly, some of the royalty names are coming back pretty strong. Royal Gold and some of these that have really lagged, or I think they're coming out of what's going to be. Look at this base. I mean, on a monthly basis. You've been at these prices for a while. You're going to get a breakout on those names eventually. It's just too hard for us to trade, but nonetheless, we keep our eye on it. So, hey, what's next, Godfather?
All right, TLT, man. This is one of those ones that I cannot trade this stock, but every time I go to look at it, it's always higher than when I sold it last time. So someone asked about, Bob asked about TLT.
Guys, this is a giant cup that's formed in TLT. Look at this pattern. You can see it clearly on the weekly. Okay, here's the saucer with handle. It's very clear. Look at your upside target here. It's 23% in TLT. This is your move, guys. If you're, I'm going to say it over and over again. You can go buy like a Johnson & Johnson, 20-year bond that's trading at 60 cents on the dollar that yields 5%, and it's going to give you 40% upside when you hold it. There's like a whole plethora of bond trades out there, and this TLT is just showing you what's going to happen. This is bottom, guys. We're not going any lower in bonds. Hey, if I had to bet anything, like if someone had to ask me what I have the highest level of conviction is in financial markets, it's not the market's going higher. It's not Bitcoin. It's the fact that bonds are going higher. Rates are coming down.
I think I'm looking, I think December, I think we did a really true play for it, right? In carnivore land. We really
Yeah.
thought that was going to be end of the nonsense.
Dutch might hit TMF at some point if it really starts to move for us. That's the levered version of it. Here you can see, it'll move 1% or 2% in a day, and if it could really spike. Look, you put in a lot of time here. We get a big move. My only concern now is I don't want it to spike, because if it does, that might be risk off for the market.
The tech stocks, right?
So you might just want this thing to kind of drift up slowly and rates come down. That'd probably be a better scenario.
Got it. Cool deal. Thank you. Do you think ASML will follow NVIDIA back up? As long as
Yeah,
NVIDIA-
look, this ASML's been a little bit of a relative strength laggard in the space. You can see here 68 kind of back, but it's going to trade off Taiwan Semi. Look, all these are the same, except some are just better relative strength. I would say, hey, look, if I had gains in ASML, I might rotate into Taiwan Semi. If I don't, just hold it here and wait for it to go back up above 1,000. This is, I don't want to say it's all the same trade, just some are just stronger than others, but it is. And in fact, if I had to say that, I might tell you to sell them all and just go into NVIDIA.
Gotcha. All right. DLTR, Dollar Tree, 52-week low. There seems to be a real big disconnect all of a sudden between the two, was Dollar General and Dollar Tree. Right. I mean,
So look, these stores are really hurting because of the scissor effect of inflation on their consumer and then their product costs. And look, I got a Dollar Tree, a Family Dollar, and a Dollar General that are within 5 miles of my house, and I go to them all for things occasionally just to buy household goods. And I was in one 2 days ago, and I actually witnessed some consumers like putting things back and rotating things in and out of their cart based off of cost. And so this is part, I get out, I go and see these types of places, guys, to see how consumers on that front are, and you can tell they're strapped. I think this is a conceptually hard concept. It's so competitive. They've had to fire people. There's usually only like one person working the register and staff in the box. So I just don't like these concepts here. I'm sure there will be a winner, and the stocks in the past, like Dollar Tree, has created a lot of value. But I mean, this is a 12 relative strength. It's rolling over. I would probably get out of this if I was in it.
good deal. And let's see. I think that's pretty much. Wait, hold on. Yes. Are you guys still interested in ASTS?
Yeah, actually, we were looking at that this morning, looking for an entry. I think, what is it, Wednesday or Thursday they announced?
2 days.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing jam and really go.
Man, I got to tell you, the market wants a space-related play so bad.
So bad.
Guys, that, like, look at, like Rocket Labs.
Yep.
That's not Rocket Mortgage, guys.
We had like Virgin Galactic blew up.
That's right. Hey, and everybody wants that space. They want to get in on it, and SpaceX is private. Look, Rocket Labs, it looks like it wants to run, and then ASTS is in that group where it gets kind of, it's got space. So I think the market wants it. You got a 99 relative strength. Fundamentally, obviously, it's a question of, okay, and this thing tends to trade like crap. But look,
here's the other thing. One of the things that I kind of notice is I pay attention when I'm getting hit from left, right, and center from IR guys. They've got some IR guys working this stock.
Hey, and Dutch, you can always tell because they punch above their market cap in terms of their notoriety.
Right.
So you'll get a company that has like $5 billion market cap, but somehow its presence in the mind share is way bigger than 5 billion. Okay. And they don't make a dime.
Right.
Right. So certain companies and stocks just capture mind share. This phenomenon exists in crypto. Like, it's unbelievable. And in fact, I would tell you right now, like in crypto, Solana is capturing the mind share of a crypto over Ethereum. So if you want to know what most people are thinking, talking, building on versus Ethereum, it's Solana. And even though Solana is like a third of Ethereum size, that's just where. So something like this space play, all these things, people want this to be real.
Hey, I got a question for you. I can't remember the difference between Snow and Monday. They're two different software applications, right?
Completely different. Hey, data warehousing is more like the Snow. And to be honest with you, Snow has been a perpetual laggard since its IPO.
Okay.
It was made
and
fun
hey,
of
but
so big.
Monday has a chance of being a real centerpiece of the like building out a software application. So you get this really great cloud-based workflow tool that allows people to build apps. And Dutch, they just killed it on their
Yeah, I know.
quarterly.
So they have a good space in the stack, in other words.
They do. And hey buddy, this is one of those companies in the software space that's actually starting to like show the money. Okay, earnings were up 129%. You got
Yeah,
the break.
because Snow, I was wondering because Snow's coming out with earnings, and I didn't know whether that was interesting, but I don't find it interesting. Okay.
Man, I gotta tell you, I just the guys that a lot of people thought that Snow was going to really be a beneficiary of this AI thing, and they just really haven't executed. Yep.
Yeah,
But
I think.
hey, I'm glad you brought up
What's
Monday.
the next one?
I'm glad you brought up Monday, Dutch, because we've tried to trade this one unsuccessfully, but this is a great company and a great stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might be customers. So anyway, yeah. Chris brought up that Snow got hacked and lost a bunch of client data, and I know that was a big deal on the Snow portion. So I think that's.
Hey, I got one more I'm going to talk about.
That's what I was going to say, Z. Yeah, we got time for you, brother.
Look, guys, you got to watch NVIDIA. Okay? Like, this is the key to the market. And when NVIDIA reports in 18 days, you got to know that is going to be really important to the AI question. And the AI trade is really critical here because it's got to come back. We've got to have the AI trade to come back so that you can get technology to come roaring back and to have leadership in this market. So I don't mean to beat the dead horse, but I read something yesterday in one of my favorite trading books that talks about how when you have a secular leader in a bull market run like NVIDIA that rolls over, there's like an 80% chance that the market has topped.
Okay. Yep.
And that's why you have to listen to it, because if NVIDIA has topped and rolls over on earnings in 18 days, then man, there's a chance that maybe the whole market, there's a really good chance the market has topped. Whereas if NVIDIA is just basing out around 100 and this AI trade is going to come back and Dell's about to run to 110, then you know what, man, we got a lot of trading left to do in the next 6 to 18 months, because the market's going to leg higher once we get the politics behind us. But I think, Dutch, that's why I keep watching it. And I think names like Taiwan Semi that have managed to scream back up to the 50-day here, and ANET You know, these are
Well,
all part.
here's your deal, guys. So we're in the sector now in the sector rotation program, and the stocks that were in there, we got things like ANET, HPQ, Flex was in there, FLEX, PSTG, WDC, OLED, BRT, Dell at DELL. Okay, so that's a quick list of some of the stocks. STX was another one.
ASMC, American Supercomputer, AMSC.
ASMC, POWL. My point being, all those stocks are in that group. And if NVIDIA runs, they run.
That's it, Dutch.
That's all I got.
That's it, buddy. Hey, guys, we appreciate your time. We came in right at 3. We're trying to keep these things an hour. We always appreciate you guys being here. We love the calls that gives us a chance to talk about stocks like Costco. Give you guys a chance to answer questions with you directly. We appreciate it.
Send us a message if you think Godfather's an awesome dude for running the Q&A, okay?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah, hey, we appreciate
say
you,
better
Godfather.
or worse than Jay.
No, go ahead. Send him a bunch of emails. He loves
Let's
he loves hundreds of emails. He loves
Robo-
it.
My email address
Robo.
is my email address is Dutch@Carnivore. So
Hey.
I got a cell number too. I'll send that to you.
exactly. It's still 911, so it's fine.
Yeah, right.
You'll even get
Shut
me
up,
or
I'll
one of my
give you a
brothers.
password.
I won't tell him what your password is, you sick man. I'll talk to you all
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, you're the sick one. All right, we'll see you
Thank
We
you,
later.
appreciate you guys.
Good
Take
talk,
care.
guys.
Everybody.
Hey,
See
don't
y'all.
forget about that. Don't forget about sending me that email if you want to get in the academy. See y'all.
All right, talk to you later.